Hi guys. Okay, so I will be giving you online assignments throughout the next 2 weeks and possibly after that, based on how things are going after 2 weeks, how the country's looking. So what we are going to do, sorry, I feel like I look really bright. What we are going to do is I'm actually going to video myself taking the notes, and I'm going to film it as if you're sitting here in class. The great part about having me video it is if you didn't quite get something, you can always pause, rewind. If you're like, okay, I know this stuff, you can fast forward it. Okay, so we're gonna try it out. We're gonna take some notes. After the notes, I have two options for you. You only have to do one of the two options. Okay, so the first option is actually going to be like the paper assignment that I usually give you in class. Okay, it's going to go with the notes. So if you look up at the board, and I'm sorry that you can't really see it super well, so the first four about right here, we are going to do together as a class. That's, well, as a class, haha. So that'll be me doing those, instructing you, kind of like notes taking, okay? The rest of them on the assignments, this one I gave you just six problems, okay, to do on your own. What you're going to do is you are going to, either you have come to the school and have picked this packet up for myself, or if you have access to a printer, you can print it off, do it that way, take a picture of it, upload the picture to Canvas, I can get it that way, or save it until after the 2-week soft closure is up. I suggest taking a picture of it, uploading it to Canvas, even emailing it to me would be okay. Most of you guys have my email. That way would be most sufficient. If you're not doing these assignments, they will go into Skyward as an asterisk, okay? So they will be missing, okay? So the other option, that's your first option. Your second option is going to be the Woot Math assignment that I have linked on Canvas, okay? So you'll have a Woot Math assignment. I'll let you know what its name is. You can go to wootmath.com. It'll only ever be the same amount of questions on both. So if you're doing 6 on the paper one, you'll only have to do 6 on the Woot Math one. Okay, that one's really easy because it submits it right there online for me to see that you've completed it. Okay, so either one of these options is good. Again, you only have to do one of the two options. Either the paper one, like what's up here, okay, what we usually do in class, or the Woot Math assignment online. Okay, so with that, let's get ready to go. I know I can't hear you, so if at any time you can pause me, we can do it that way. Okay, so I'll just be doing notes. I'll explain everything, and then you'll do it on your own. Okay, miss you guys. All right, so hopefully you guys can hear me over here. I'm speaking a little bit louder. Okay, let me just grab my colored markers. Awesome. Okay, so we can all see my paper moving up here. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and zoom it into number 1. Okay, number 1, our directions say to find the area of each. Okay, well number 1 is a rectangle. We can tell it's a rectangle because it has 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's a rectangle because of the 1, 2, 3, 4 right angles, right? These always mean 90 degrees. Okay, that's not super important right now because we're not dealing with angles. The biggest thing we want to deal with are our lengths and our widths. Okay, so we'll notice over here, I already gave you the formula for length times width. That's the area of a rectangle. Okay, well all you need to do is decide which one you want to be your length, which one you want to be your width. It does not matter which you choose. Okay, for example, I'm going to go ahead and choose 3 as my length. That would mean that 6 is my width. You could have chosen 3 for your width and 6 for your length. It really doesn't matter, because now into our calculator we'll have our area of this guy, and hopefully you can see that. I'll assess and see if I need to get a darker marker after this. Okay, the area of this guy is going to be our length times our width right here. So we have 3 times 6. Well, we all know, and you can always use a calculator, 3 times 6 is going to be 18. But if you guys were here, you guys would all know that we're not quite done, because whenever we're dealing with area, we must include the units. Okay, area is always our units squared. In this case, it was meters So our answer to number 1, 18 meters squared. Okay, let me come back over here and assess whether you guys can see that. Looks like you can, hopefully you can. Okay, let's keep moving on. Okay, we'll do number 2 now. Again, number 2 is another rectangle. So if you need to rewrite that that formula for finding area, the area of a rectangle is always length times width. Okay, awesome. So now all we need to do on this, just like last time, is decide which one do we want to be our length, which one do we want to be our width. It really doesn't matter. This time maybe I'll go a 7 for my length and 2 for my width. Okay, awesome. Now the area of this rectangle is going to be our length times our width, so we have 7 times 2. Okay, now we have 7 times 2, 14, and with our units in this one it's centimeters, always squared. Awesome. Okay, area of rectangles. You guys should all somewhat remember that. Okay, awesome. Okay, number 3. We now have area of triangles. Okay, so triangles, our formula to this guy is a little bit different. We're not dealing with length and width anymore. We are dealing with base and height. That's what our B and our H stands for. Okay, well, just like on a rectangle, it didn't really matter. On triangles, it kind of does matter a little bit. So we're going to look at our triangle. And we're going to say that since this is the bottom of my triangle right here, the bottom, think base, okay, I'll assign that 10.3 as my base. Okay, well, if 10.3 is my base, that means that 9.5 has to be my height. Awesome. Okay, so now we could just rewrite our formula. Area of this triangle is going to be 1/2 times our base, which is 10.3 times our height, which is 9.5. Those are multiplication signs in the middle, not decimals, just to be clear. Okay, and here's where hopefully you guys can see this on the video. Okay, I'm going to use my calculator. 1/2 as a decimal is 0.5. Okay, so I'm going to enter 0.5 into my calculator times, what was it? Hold on, 10.3, sorry about that, 10.3 times 9.5. Okay, then I click enter, and this one you can see, hopefully let me come over here. You guys can kind of see it, I hope, yeah. Okay, so you can see that there are actually 1, 2, 3 decimal places after this decimal point. I want you guys to only round it so there's one number after the decimal. Okay, if you only want the first number after the decimal, you have to look at the second one. This one is a 2. Okay, if it is anything below a 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, okay, then it stays the same. Since this one is a 2, this 9 stays the same. We are not rounding up. Okay, this answer is going to stay 48.9. So we can come back over here to my paper. And I will write that decimal area is 48.9. Again, this is area, so we need our miles squared answer. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, and our last example. Okay, number 4 is another triangle. Okay, so we are going to, I would love if you guys would practice writing the actual formulas. So the formula of a triangle, area of a triangle, is 1/2 or 0.5 times base times height. We know that. Okay, well the base of my triangle, think the bottom, right here where it's standing. Okay, base, and then how high my triangle goes. 6.4 feet is the height. Okay, so now we can fill in our formula. The area of this triangle is going to be 1/2 times our base. We'll make that dark. 11.2 times our height, 6.4. Perfect. We have it all filled in. Now let's just enter it into a calculator. Okay, here we go. 1/2 is 0.5 want the first decimal place, this 8, we look at the number after it. Since this is a 4, it is not 5 or above. This 8 stays the same. So our answer to number 4, the area, is 35.8, and our units are feet squared. Perfect. Okay, I'll zoom it out for you guys. Those are all the notes that we are going to take today. If you took them along with me, you are amazing. If not, you can always go back and rewind, watch it again. Okay, so, like I said, I'll reiterate, okay? So this will be scanned up. All the notes up there is scanned. You can print it off. All you need to do for one of your options, if you choose to do the paper option, all you need to do is either you've come and picked this up from me, or you can print it off, do those last 6 on your own, either take a picture of it, submit that on Canvas, or email it to me, and you are good to go for that first option. Or you can go to wootmath.com, which is also linked on Canvas right here, and do the assignment that corresponds with that as well. Okay, thank you guys.